Welcome back to the Essential Space. This morning we have Jake Minot joining us. We are going to talk a little bit about a new product that we have here at Essential. It's part of our concrete care system. This is Centurion. Centurion is a concrete cleaner and densifier. So, good morning, Jake. Welcome to the Essential Space.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Jake, why don't you go ahead and tell us more about Centurion?
Yeah, so when we looked at the market space and we talked to a bunch of our existing customers, we talked to contractors who weren't currently using our products to see what they were using and why they were using it, and see if there was a need in the market space. And a lot of the concrete contractors, even though Pantheon can be used without having to grind and hone and polish a floor, a lot of the contractors still prefer that method. And sometimes they don't like to use any type of coating on top of it. They just like to polish and hone the floor, and then they need a product that's going to maintain that gloss level, that's going to help with some stain resistance. So there's definitely a need for a densifier and a cleaner where these guys can, they can run it through an auto scrubber on a daily basis, and it's going to clean the floor, but it's also going to add some lithium into the floor and help create some more concrete, if you will. And what that does is it closes the pores in that concrete floor. And that does two things. Number one, it helps with some stain resistance because there's not as many pores for the whatever is introduced onto that floor to penetrate. And it also increases the gloss level because as you close those pores, you're creating a more smooth surface. So the light reflectance is going to come more straight up versus hitting some of these pores and pits in the concrete and bouncing sideways, because your gloss is a measurement of light reflectance coming straight up. So when you use the Centurion, what you're doing is you're effectively adding more concrete back into that and making it smooth again. And then if you wanted to put Pantheon down, you could, to give you excellent stain resistance and durability, and you really kind of lock in that gloss, so that it doesn't die down as fast.
Sure.
So you can use them in conjunction with each other like that, or you can just put the Pantheon down, or if you prefer not to use any type of coating on top of your concrete, you can use it as a daily maintainer while you're running your diamond pads on an auto scrubber, and it's going to help keep that gloss level, to where you want it, because the foot traffic, and whether it's in a grocery store and you're pushing grocery carts, or a school setting with, thousands of feet walking across the floor on a daily basis, that gloss level is going to die down. So instead of having to come back and re-grind the floor or re-hone or polish the floor with diamond pads, you can run this product, the Centurion, the cleaner densifier, and it's going to kind of maintain that gloss level throughout the cycle of your floor care program. Especially, we see it a lot in grocery stores. They don't want a coating. They just want to polish the floor and keep it at this really good polished look. And that's where this product really kind of takes off, not only because it helps maintain that gloss level, but as I said before, the backbone of this product is based off of our blue concentrate, which is our best cleaner. I would venture to say most of our customers that we have use the blue concentrate because it is a great product and a great cleaner. So when we looked at the competitive set that's out in the market space now for a densifier cleaner, we really noticed two things. We noticed, number one, that a lot of these densifiers and cleaners, they don't have a ton of densifier in them. It's a really low level of densifier, so you're really just cleaning the floor and you're adding just a tiny bit of densifier. And then the second thing we found is they're not necessarily great cleaners either. So there's a process in which you effectively test how good a cleaner is. It's called turbidity.
What is that? And can you spell that one for me?
Sure. So it's Turbidity. And I'll explain the process of how you measure for turbidity, and that will kind of explain the definition a little better. So you're going to start with a glass vial, and you're going to add the cleaner, the solution into it, which in this case will be our Centurion. Once you've added that, you're going to add some soil, some particulate in there, and you're going to shake that vial up. And then you're going to hold it up to the light, and you're going to measure the amount of light that can get through that vial. And what we're looking for is the least amount of light possible to get through. That's going to equal a higher turbidity, because if it's not a good cleaner, when you shake that vial up, that dirt's going to just settle to the bottom. And that's what happens is the dirt settles to the bottom, and it doesn't get suspended in solution. So the auto scrubber, the mop that you're using, however you're picking that solution up, you can't pick the dirt up because it's not suspended. So what Centurion does is when we shake up that vial, the water, the solution in there gets really dark and really murky, and there's not much light at all that can penetrate through. And that's because the Centurion is doing its job, and it's suspending all of that dirt in the solution so that it can then be picked up very easily by an auto scrubber or a mop, versus the counter. If it's not a good cleaner, you're not going to be able to pick all that dirt up because it's going to just settle to the bottom.
Sure. And so you've had this product, with a couple of customers. What has been the feedback? What are you seeing?
The feedback so far has been really good, better than we expected, honestly.
Okay.
And the number one comment is how well it cleans. I have several contractors that are using this right now. I know Ed Zagrabic, our VP of Sales, has several that are using it, and the overwhelming majority of people that are using it are calling us and saying, I can't believe how dirty the water is when they're emptying out their auto scrubbers after they've cleaned their floor.
Sure.
How black that wastewater is, because they're able to pull up so much more dirt off the floor and leave their floors looking much better. And then to go along with that, with the high levels of lithium that we have in this product, after they use it for a couple of days, they're seeing really good improvement on their gloss level as well. So we're getting the floors cleaner than they've ever been. They have a higher gloss than they've ever had, versus using, some of our competitors' products. So we feel really good about where this is going, and we'll continue to do some testing out in the field just to make sure there are no hiccups. But we've had it out for a while now, and all signs are a go.
That's fantastic. Well, this sounds like a really great product for us to have out in the field. And it's, as usual, what we know that we do the best at Essential is we find a need and we create a product that fulfills that need. And it looks like we're doing that again. I'm going to close today and just talk a little bit about the benefits of Centurion. And you talked about our competitors not having very much densifier in their products. And in some of the research that I did, I found that there wasn't a lot of densifiers and cleaners combined. It was either one or the other. So this is a product that has both in one, and it doesn't have a low level of densifier. It actually has a sufficient amount to provide the needs of the product. And then the other part that you explained was that our Centurion is a great cleaner on top of being a densifier, which is something that has been missing in the marketplace. So this is all great information, and we look forward to hearing more and finding out about more products in the future. And as usual, thank you again, Jake, for joining us in the Essential Space. If you have any questions at all or would like more information, please let us know in our LinkedIn comments, and we'll get back to you as quick as possible. We look forward to seeing you again in the Essential Space.